Here we are. Welcome back. It's a fairly decent map. Pretty big. This is Western Australia. Brought to you by Farmer Bob. Thank you, Farmer Bob. This is the second Australian map. The first one is Southern Cross, which is on the east coast of Australia, or Eastern Australia. And this is Western Australia, across the other side. We start off with 3 pretty large fields. Australian farming is a lot of large fields. This is the smaller one. It sells for only 380,000. It's the larger one here, looking at $2.5 million. So the prices are good. Sales points are all down here on the lower western side of the map, and the farm is central north. It's quite a large farm, but anyone who knows me and follows my series on No Man's Land knows I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I just can't leave things that I see be. I have to fix them. But I'm not going to do it straight away, and I'm not going to spawn in any money. I'm going to be strictly legit, and I'm going to work my way towards it. He's done a nice job, and I'm not bagging out Farmer Bob at all. I'm extremely appreciative. But unfortunately, we don't have an Australian house. It would have been nice if he put an Aussie house in as a model. And I'm not too sure why everything's paved and concreted. There's a tree sitting in the middle there. This should have been either grass or dirt. Not meaning to bag him out, it's a bit of a lumpy map. But like I said, I'm a perfectionist, and when I see something I don't like about the map, I have to fix it. Now, I am going to do a legit build. Starting equipment is phenomenal. He's absolutely brilliant. But it's Western Australia, and this is a Peruvian house, or it's not an Australian house. It would have been nice if you put an Australian model down. The farm itself, layout's really good. No problems there. But this is what I want to fix. This. What is this? The sloping tool would have worked well there. So when I make enough money, the fields are ready. We'll just go to the PDA quickly. So we own these 3. We have barley, canola, and a smaller wheat field. Still a decent sized field. But you all know I'm a perfectionist. And I can't help myself that when I see this, up to here is fine. So when I make the money, and it will be after this harvest, all these trees are going to go, and then I am going to cut these fields back quite a ways, back to about here, and back to about here. Now I don't know if I can get rid of these gates or not. I don't know if that's going to be a big lumpy bumpy there. I'm going to find out. But this needs to be smoothed right out and just undulate up, and I can just leave it dirt. But I don't know, after taking so much care and putting so much work into this map, Farmer Bob, I'm not bagging you, I'm extremely grateful. I just don't understand what this is about. To me, I can't leave it like that. It's got to go. So we'll be getting the trees cut down, and I'm going to flatten all this area so it just slightly undulates up and down. This, I would never do this on any of my builds, just cut through a big hill like that without smoothing it, at least, instead of having a big square point. I don't know, it's just me. I'm my own worst enemy. When it comes to perfection of things, I can't help it. But I'm extremely grateful for a Western Australian map. And if we have a look at the seasons, he's ran him in conjunction with Australian seasons. So once again, good job, Farmer Bob. Thank you very much. Anyway, we're going to start the series now. I've had my little perfectionist dummy spit and take a little cruise. Let's not do 90 k's an hour in this little thing. Let's do our normal speed of 33. The sheds are really nice. I think he's done these models himself. I don't know. I haven't seen these sheds before. Yes, I have. I take that back. It's just because it's a different colour, not red like the in-game. But the starting equipment is pretty damn good. Amazingly good, actually. Pretty damn good. So we're going to head out and get the harvester straight away. We're going to make money off these 3 crops. Oh dear. Watch that. And then I'm gonna attack that driveway there, because really, dude, man, I don't know. I can't handle this. I just can't. I just can't. So I've got to fix this. These trees have got to go. They will be replaced. But this has got to go. These big lumpy bumpies. And I know it's undulating hill at the front, but the trees have got to go and I've got to smooth it out. I cannot leave it. I am a perfectionist when I build maps. I can't let that go. But nonetheless, we're going to get into it. You won't hear me complain again. And I think we'll start on the barley field over there to the left. So let's fire everything up. Start with an American truck. Mac is Australian, but that's an American truck nonetheless. But it doesn't really matter. Those things are minute. Yeah, when you take shortcuts. So we're gonna go and harvest now. Hopefully I'll make enough money that I can fix the front of that driveway. Let's turn these stupid icons off. What do I play with? My settings. I'm glad you asked. Good question. Usually I don't have any of these on, but I do have field info on. Dollar kilometres, blah blah blah. All this doesn't really matter. We'll play on real time. Play on hard. Traffic on, seasonal growth 1 day. I will flip that up to 2 as I usually do. I don't have snow on. It doesn't snow here. Crop destruction on, periodic ploughing, no field stone. It's a pain in the butt. Need limestone, no weeds. They're a pain in the butt. Fast dirt, automatic engine off. I like to start and stop my vehicles when I choose to. Trailer fill limit off. And high fuel usage. Workers do nothing. All right, I don't want them to have any control over anything at all. We're not going to get the production chain started. We're not going to do any of that. We've got chickens. I'll give them a little bit of feed. So day 1, kicking off. No cheat. Just straight up legit build. We got some rain tomorrow and April. I don't know why it says it snows in July and August. We don't have snow in this country. Well, not in Western Australia unless you go way down south. Not even then, only the east coast. But nonetheless, it's a West Australian titled map and I'm going to enjoy playing it. I'm going to go over and do the barley. Hitch up, come on, you can do it, you can do it, man. other side of that field down that way, we have wheat. This is not ideal, peeps. This is really not ideal the way I'm going. I don't suggest it. But we have access to the canola field through there, which is good. It's a bit lumpy and bumpy. I want to smooth all this out. The way you set the farm up's good. I do like it. I just don't like some of the littler things. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist and I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to that. Access. I think I see access just over there. I don't want to go out to the main road. Let's just have a quick little trundle. Whoa. Keep forgetting that, see? I'd like to decorate them a little bit better. And like I said, this is just because I have my own flavour and taste in the way that I do maps, and I'm a bit of a stickler for it. So there's nothing wrong with the map. That doesn't stop you playing the map. It doesn't interfere in the map. I just can't leave it like that. It's how I am. I just can't do it. Let's see if we can wrap around this way. Oh, it looks like it's really tight. Nice and wide, so our header doesn't get all smashed up before we even get to use it. Nice and easy. We've got crop destruction on, and I have no choice but. Header is not going to fit through there. Let us see if I could take some of this gate down. I don't think I can. Oh, can I? I can. Take it back to there. Leave the rest. Okay, so that's good. We can absolutely at least do changes to the farm. So I'm not particularly happy with that house. That's a Brazilian house. We don't really have any Australian houses. The closest one, I guess, would be closest to the Australian house would be something like that. But not quite, more of a trailery kind of home. Probably something like this is more Australian than not. That one there, that one there. We don't do these big ranch homes, or not very many people do. But that is my favourite house out of all of them. And that one would have even been a bit better to use without the upper story, but it doesn't matter. These little things, things like that, you can handle no problem. A driveway, I'm going to be using it daily, and I just can't do it. But Farmer Bob, fantastic map, and I thank you very much, and sorry for the complaining. Bit of a perfectionist and a stickler for how I like things. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, crop destruction on. How is this field? Right. This thing is a monster of a field. My God. All I'd need is just this field, and I've got enough to fix everything. So let's head around to the left. We'll see how the workers go on this field. We just got to. We're going to save here for some reason. I'm excited. I'm excited about doing this map. Very excited. And so we'll see if we can run across the map this way. And I just want to quickly turn on straw. Off we go. Harvest is now underway. I'm not the best combine operator. I make no secret of that. Never have been. I like combines. I'm just not very good at operating. I like playing first person, and well, I'm very simple. I'm trying to keep the straw slot behind me straight, which is why I've just picked that line. I'm trying to continue with it. Here we are, Western Australia. We're underway. I'm not sure if the train runs. I haven't seen the train yet. Maybe it's there for the aesthetics. And I'm going to let the worker go. Looks like the drifts are running complete. So, have we got an auger? Is that a grain trailer or an auger? No auger on that. Maybe I'll just run the truck out there to collect the grain. Let's see what we do have. Yeah, trailers, no augers. So that's fine. We've got good starting equipment here. We don't have a baler. Oh dear. Oh no, no baler. We've got under 100 grand. We'll make a lot of money out of bales. Let's oh, what to do. Let's take the JCB out. This is a tractor I don't usually use, but I figured with the Michelin yellow on the side of this trailer kind of go together. Whirly birds on. Let me just make sure this trailer takes all grain, and it does. So 33 is the score. That's the speed we run it. All my tractors, every map I play, 33, in symbolism of Freemasonry. The ones who are killing all of our farmers off right now and destroying their fields. 33rd degree Freemasonry. That's the highest level of Freemasonry. So this is my little worship to them, to the world's owners, the satanic cult. Oh, that's dude, really? Okay, big lumpy bump like that in the field, it's kind of been covered up by crop, but I guess the combine didn't have any problems working it. We use crop destruction. I'll show how many runs. I think this guy must be close to being empty. I'm going to turn around, but I'm glad this field is kind of friendly. I'm going to have to come back and do a header, I guess. It's going to leave some, and that's fine. I'm going to have the whole damn lot. And we can't. Sneak up on him here. 33 and 13. 3 masonry numbers. They're satanic sons of bitches. Come on. Pipe out, son. Let's go. You're going to have to hug the side of the header by the looks of things. Drop it now back to 10. By the time we get near the end there, we would have had it all. We would have emptied his carriage. I think I may have to take a loan and start bailing this. It's going to be a big job if I don't. I'm trying to bail as I go. Going to make a ton of money out of harvest. There's no doubt about that. Ginormous fields. Drop it back a bit, starting to run away on it. A bit of weight up on that. I don't think there's trains on the field, but it's still nice to have a track. I assume there was a train because there is a rail cell point straight ahead of us down at that far end of the track there. So I assume. It'll be fine to go for another row and a half. You can't trust these workers, they are absolute morons. Right, so 2 rows give me 44%. I'm going to turn this off here. I'm going to reset, what's my fastest tractor? I'll put the Vario at the shop. Let's go down to the shop. Wow. Alright. I don't know if I can own this place, but if I do, there will be a lot of painting to do. First kick in the guts. First thing, I'm going to have to get a loan. Let's see if there's anything. No, there's not. We're not going to pick up loose straw. I want bales, so I'm going to have to buy a baler. I think we'll get the fast baler and we'll keep to the round bales. I think it's right at the end. 110,000. That's not too bad. So we'll take 50 grand and that should cover us for workers and whatnot. I won't worry about a bale load or anything yet. That's the one we're going to get. And it doesn't cost any money for wrapping. We'll go with blue bales. Okay. There's another thing I hate, is that they spawn in the opposite direction of what they should. I don't understand why you would spawn them that way. except for the pure reason of just trying to stuff you up. How do I get back home? Go out here? No. Oh, I like that. That's realistic. Well, as realistic as we get for farm sim. And the cars are on the correct side of the road. Oh, for Australia. Sorry, pal. Do apologise there. We should, oh man, let's just ease this over. A lot of vehicles. Got big twins. We'll do this so they can't overtake us. We're probably leaving it behind anyway. Oh no, they're keeping up. We're booting along. That's pretty cool. Awesome. So he's done a good job, and I'm not bagging Farmer Bob out. I am appreciative. Extremely. Combine's still running, so that's good to see. Jesus. Not the best tractor I've brought down, but it was the fastest, so I wanted to get this back to the farm as quick as I could. Game set me up to knock that signpost down, and again and again. Quickly get around. Here we are in the farm. This is what I don't like. It's not real keen on this entrance, so we will fix that. Let's take the Massey out. It's this big fella here. It's for ploughing and cultivating, seeding. It's a monster, an absolute monster. That. We'll have to go and get our grain as well. Can't leave these lights on. Left the flashies on. Right, let's get out to the field. Set our speed for 53, obey your masters. There, he just stopped there unfortunately. Go and unload the grain. It's going to be a busy map, no doubt about it. Sitting there getting the wage. Look, I don't like this. I think that should have just been smoothed over a little bit. It's just really sharp. But, again, I can fix that and then reseed it and recultivate after fixing the ground there. Alright, give me a grain, son. will see him to the end. Got our work cut out for us, there's no doubt about it. The reason I took it to the back is so when he starts moving, I can get the cruise control going, and by the time we start moving, he should be about the middle of the trailer. May as well just take it straight over, put it in the silo and come back and start loading. It's a really big field, man. There's a ton of money to be made on these fields, so there's no point shooting money in on this map. You'll make a lot of money straight off the bat. Absolutely horrendous. Brains of a sheep. Actually, I take that back. They haven't even got the brains of a sheep. Good on you, mate. Why don't you just knock everything over? My dog. Every time I go live. Every single time. Every single time. He's got to be the centre of attention at all times. I think this is not where we unload. I think we unload at the other side. Oh, no, it is where we unload. Ah, don't bark at me, mate. I'm just going to ignore you. How does that sound? Hey? Just going to ignore you, mate. I'm just going to ignore you. You bark all you want. Scream for attention. I don't care. I'll head back out to the field. Alright, let's get some bales done. And off we go. A little Massey. This is not a tractor I usually use either. Yeah, look, watch this big bump here. Dude, no way, man. No way. I wish workers could bale. They can rake and they can ted, but they just won't bale. I suppose you can't have everything. Giants could have programmed it to bale. There's no difference in the programming of raking it or tedding or mowing. It's all the same programming. Just follow the line. Yeah, we won't bash giants today. I would do a lot of bashing of giants. I'm not going to mention anything more about that. If you want to hear me complain about giants, go and look at the last few videos. So this has got potential to be an absolutely amazing game, but that's potential. I'm not too worried about the bits he misses here. I can come back and clean them up myself. We've got crop damage on, so stay away from it a bit. He's coming up for his second run. He was 44% on 2, so he's getting about 21% each run. Of course, the yield may be different in the setter, maybe a higher yield or a lower yield, which you can never really count on exactly. Like if one row up may not equal the exact same row next to it, same distance, because the fertilisation rate might be different, or you know, the yields will be close but not ever exact. The bale's coming out now. I should have changed 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to make the bale sizes bigger so I'll be able to get more bales without having to sell them. He's at 80%. You see that big divot coming up? This has got to be fixed. Maybe I'll put a cow pasture over here in this corner. There might be one way around it. I mean, at least it's not dead flat, right? If it was dead flat, I'd kind of be wishing that it wasn't dead flat, so. Alright, turn off the baler. We'll go and get the grain. We'll go and unload him. Going to do a save. Now I'm going to make sure the bales are the largest that I can do. Okay, seems there's only one size bale. Well, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And the race is on. Drop the pickup. Well, this baler does only one size bales. I did have the mod that you could change the bale sizes to 4x, 3x, 2x. I think there was one at 6x, I'm not sure. But I took the mod off. It was interfering in some of the code written for console on No Man's Land map. That's the one I play generally. It's the one I do all my builds on anyway. And we had a small few issues, FPS and a couple of crashes. So I had to take that one. I had to get rid of that mod. So I don't do a whole bunch of mods at once. I test them one at a time, use them for a couple of days, and if there's no issues found, then you just do it over time, one mod at a time. If you get impatient and there's a whole bunch of mods you want, I suggest just opening a new no man's land map as your test map and throw all the new equipment down, put a few buildings down, put a couple of different mods together and see if there's any game crashes or whatever, and you just got to slowly go through, find out which mod it was that was conflicting. It's a pain in the butt, but it's better than trying to constantly play on a crashing game. That's not my field anyway. That's not my field, so it's not very neighbourly of me. To drive on their field. It's not something I do in real life, so I'll probably refrain from doing that. I've got to say, this is a ginormous field. It is huge. It is absolutely huge. I guess my dog's got the idea. He's now tucked himself up and he's having a little sleep. Like children, should be seen and not heard. And wives, should be seen and not heard. Maybe in the bedroom you can hear him. That's not too bad. But as for conversation, seen and not heard. Alright, I'm in the doghouse tonight, and here we are, Western Australia. Legit, no cheat, no reason to cheat on a map like this when you've got all the starting equipment you need, a burra baler, but you don't need to bale straight up. I could have sold the grain, not taken the loan. I think we'll come halfway down the other end and we'll jump in the bin runner, and we'll go and empty the combine out, and we'll keep the wheels turning. I'm having a bit of fun on the map. I can't wait till I can get the money together and start putting my own little bits onto this farm. A lot of grass textures that I want to do. I want to take a lot of the concrete out. Oh my dear Lord. For some reason the pickup decided it was going to pick itself up, but that's alright, I guess. Do a figure eight. We'll probably stop down there somewhere. My God, this is a big field. Good multiplayer map. I may actually put this on multiplayer. Yeah, I thought he'd be full there. Slowly filling up. I guess we advertise, or we're sponsored on this map by Michelin, I guess. We may as well just follow him up towards the end here. Work our way back to the baler. We may actually get more our bail limit. We may actually reach our bail limit on this one alone. So I might just keep 10 bales and we'll sell the rest. I don't know where all the shopping areas are in one area, which is all down here, so all the sales points are down here, everything else are fields. Holy smokes, this is a enormous field. Do you, sport? Thank you very much. Which way is this knobhead going to turn? You never know with these guys. You just never know. Yeah, that's right. Come on, stupid. You can do it. If ever a worker was to do what he just did then, you'd send him back to school. You'd send him on his way. Now I'm going to have to do a headland on the next one, otherwise they're going to get even more confused. Alright, let's go dump this in the silo. We'll leave this at 10. What's that? Is that a multi-fruit buyer? That'll have to go. Really bumpy. I'll keep the silo, but I'll have to put a straw barn down. The mod that I have, straw, silage, hay and grass can be held in it. 250,000 litres. I may have to put maybe 3 down and just have one crop in each one. So get back out to the field now and continue baling. 39,000. I may have to take a little bit more money just to get the bale trailer, but after we sell these bales we should be able to pay the loan back, or come close to it anyhow. Let's sit over here on this row. Alright. Struth. Pick up, down. Let's go. 33. Not that it'll get there. This is our maximum speed. If we brought a windrower in and doubled up these windrows here, speed would drop down to about 4 k's an hour, which is extremely slow. So you don't want your windrows to be huge. You just want them to be standard. No need for lights. Out of interest, we're in February. The average temperature in February is around sort of 38 to 40 Celsius. Let's have a look at the weather. We're looking at 24. We do get up to 34. So yeah, acceptable. It's a bit cooler than the actual temperature, but it's acceptable. And we're going to have to take over the combine up the other end. So hopefully we can chase the combine. He's got a long way to go, so we'll get close to him that we'll be able to swap into the chaser bin, empty it out, and then I'll take the combine over just to do a headland down around the other side, so the combine won't stop and leave a whole bunch of crop behind. Now this little bit down here I can handle, no problems. And we'll probably destroy that tiny little bit there. And we did. No, we didn't. Love how the game set that up. This is a ginormous field. So if I didn't bale at the same time as we're harvesting, it's just it's a mammoth undertaking of a job on such a large field, but we are going to make a lot of money. We may as well do it all at the same time, so we don't have to come back and just work this field on our own. At least we get to see the combine running as we're working. We've got our chaser bin up there. Kind of keep really busy, because 7 months or 8 months of the year we're not very busy at all, unless we're running cattle, which this will be a massive cattle ranch. I intend on doing a ton of cattle. We'll have bulls, we'll have dairy cows. I'm not going to worry about the Swiss ones. I'm just going to use the standard dairy cows. The combine should be just about ready. And we'll do the changeover here. Lift the pickup, turn the baler off, and shut her down. I'm going to take the combine from here anyways. This bloke's doing an okay job, I guess. Empty. Pipe in, headed down. Let's go. Let's do this. Look at me, big combine driver. Was already lined up by the AI. so I don't have to touch anything, don't have to touch the wheel. I just let it run. Do a headland down there. Grab these little bit of leftovers. It all adds up. I've only got to do one down at the road. Look at that side of the hill there. I mean, that's pretty cool up this end. I don't mind that. Just the driveway. It's really the only fault in the way that I play. It's really the only fault that I don't like this driveway. Maybe I will leave it, but knowing me, I can't leave that. I've got to fix it. I've got to smooth it out. It's costing a little bit of a field, but size of this field really doesn't matter. Probably take it out to the width of this headland. We have an access point up the end here. This is where I should have started, but it doesn't really matter. Even hit that car. Look. Stupid game. The equipment, starting equipment's really good. Can't complain there. Do a row as we're heading back. It's fairly straight down that end. So I think I'll dissect the field and put the cattle up this end when I get all the land done. Aren't you a fucking idiot, eh? Aren't you? You're a real fucking idiot. Eh? You're born a fucking idiot, weren't you? I can't have nothing nice in my house. This dog will just destroy everything. Pretty much out of gut for me. Just quietly. Freaking dog of mine's going to start carrying on again. He's a good dog. when he's asleep. Come on, stupid. Up you go. Don't come back. Same as the wife. Out you go. Don't come back. What to do? Full. So you didn't even need to go out at all, did you? Do anything for attention, you will. What can I do to make Dad get up and give me some attention? I know, I'll pretend I have to go outside. All you do is stand at the back door and turn around and come back in again. You're a nuisance, mate. Get into our back into bailing. Oh, you didn't need to go out at all, did you? Hey? You knocked me coffee over. Now it's all over the floor. I don't know why I put up with you, mate. I really don't. I guess only God knows. It's the only reason. He's the only one that'd know why I put up with you, mate. Turn your eyes away from the TV screen for 1 minute, or 10 seconds, and it always throws you off its own line. Now I'm back, it hasn't moved a touch. Go out onto this screen, zoom out, you watch, it'll come off its line. Alright, old mate's ready. This really is an enormous field. We're going to make a lot of money. A lot of money. Just lift the pickup. Turn her off. There's no way that I'm going to drive across my crop. You're sacked. Only because there'll be a new worker when I come back. Not the ideal way to do it, but I'm not going to drive over my crop. No matter how much I've got. Oh boy, there's a lot of bales. There's a lot of bales. There are too many bales. Sell some first. Righto. That's what'll come up shortly. 6, 9, 12. We're not near the limit yet, but we will be at the end of this this field. I guess this will be close to our maximum bale capacity. Line this up just right. And hopefully we'll pick this up dead straight. 50. This is our third, but about 70. We've had 76. That's 1/4. 3/4 of a trailer. It holds 30. I have about 62,000 or so wheat. 62,000 litres a week so far. By the time we drop this in, it'll be roughly about that. So that tree will have to go. I'll probably do a connecting road through here. The farm layout itself's pretty good. It's a bit lumpy and bumpy. So for me, if I was building this map, I would have smoothed all this out before putting the placeables down. That needs to be sunk into the ground, the plate. Canola next. There'll be no straw swath from canola. That's barley, not wheat. I was talking about. It said wheat. Wheat's stuck on my mind. Enormous. Go, continuing to bale. Little Massey's a fairly quiet tractor. It's not a tractor I usually use. And I don't advise doing what I just did. Neighbours wouldn't be too happy. They'd probably do the same thing back to me. Unfortunately, I'd like to have music on, but I've got a few copyright strikes from doing that, even from the in-game music. Giants have kept the copyright on it, so can't do anything about that. I know that when I pre-record, there's some music that I can put on, but I don't worry about it. It's far too much effort in the editing. That's why I go live most of the time. no need to edit. And what I talk about at the time is raw, factual, in your face and hard hitting. Bet ya. We're going off key here a bit. So the tractor sounds inside the cab are a lot quieter. Probably too quiet. It's not. They're not that quiet inside. They're a little bit louder than what we've got. Starting to fall behind. We did have 3 rows. We're now coming up to the 5th row behind, so we'll have to do an empty. The harvester will turn around. He'll come back. 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll come back on his 5th line. And we'll have to empty him soon enough. A lot of bales. A lot of money in bales, a lot of money in crop. We've already got pretty decent starting equipment. So you start well and truly a few steps ahead of the game when we're starting off. I don't enjoy doing stone, field stone collection. Imagine collecting all the stone off this one field, my God. That would just be hours in itself. Even with the widest stone collector, I have a mod. Let's have a look at that mod. Stone pickers, there's the mod there. And it's 9.5 compared to the in-game 5.5, so it's not quite double. But it still takes a long time to do. And fields the size of these, yeah, it takes long enough to bale all these. We'll see, he's going to be full soon. Try and chase him up a quarter of this field. Come on, drop the bale. He's running at 10k an hour. We're 3/4 faster than him. He's got a good head start though, half a field length. Hoping to get kind of near parallel to him before having to jump in the chase a bit. He's at 80%, so we're not going to catch him. He's going to stop fairly soon. So let's back up a little and jump in the chase a bit and see if we can't keep this guy running. Don't you stop, old son. Just made it, I'd say, that the hopper was very close to overfilling there. don't know why he's leaving bits and pieces. Like, it does, it's just... Ugh. I did those headlands so he wouldn't have to... So he could do it all the way to the end. But anyway... Here's what it is. Fuck off, game. Park about midfield here. Back to baling. Oh boy, and after this we got canola and then we've got wheat. And canola's half the size of this field and the wheat's a third. So big fields. This field's way too big for me to need. So I'm going to put the cattle out here and I'm going to have quite a few. It's going to be a cattle ranch. About $1 million to get it completed, but I can get a start. Put down a cow barn first, probably a breeding pen first. We'll start with one bull and one dairy cow, and we'll see how far we can grow it. It would be ideal to have a second pasture so we can move them around. Excuse me. I will be going back onto my no means land rural farms build, but this is Western Australia. It's my home. I couldn't resist but to work it. When I logged on this morning, I seen it as a new mod and I was like, whoa. And I looked at it, studied all the pictures quite a bit, and the first thing I noticed was that driveway and a couple of painting textures that need to be done. But I was impressed. I was quite impressed. Already 5 rows back. Try and finish this row. He should make it a bit more than halfway, and I think I'll just use the Massey instead of 2 tractors. I'll just drop this one hook up the chaser bin, I'll just use the one tractor. That way I don't have to continuously keep tractor hopping. And if we're going to do that, we're probably going to have to start making a move. Probably about now. So I think we'll stay, oh actually we won't. I'll use this one that's already hooked up and we'll just leave this on the field for now. Let's go, come on! Gotta keep his wheels turning. I'm using the mud guard over there on the right and that silver dot, the reflector on the mud guard. Trying to keep that kind of just on this side of the crop. That should give me the correct line. So I'll empty this and then we'll do the changeover. JCB, it's not a tractor that I usually use, very rarely, well actually never. It's not that I dislike it, it's just I've got my own favourite tractors that I like to use. Big bump. Suspension and axle breaker. I'm going to have to buy myself a new controller in the next couple of days. This one's really drifting a lot now. The right analog stick is drifting like crazy. So where will we be when we do these lines? Trailer here. Always a big rush when harvest is on, especially big fields like this. Ups, down, let's get cracking. It's time for a beer soon. Very soon. So I think the episode will end the end of this harvest on this field. We'll come back later on this afternoon after I get back from the bottle shop. I mean the shop. Can't let the wife hear me speak too much about beer. She'll think I love beer more, which I do. Alright. Without farmers, we don't have food supply. Without crops such as wheat, barley, oat, corn, soybeans, we don't have food. All foods come from that. And every country around the world is giving farmers all over the world a real hard time, putting the price of fertilisers and lime through the roof. Farmers can't afford it. They work on a 5 to 8% margin. That's it. All that work, 5 to 8% margin. When I was a kid growing up, you'd make good money doing farming. It was a fair price and farmers were pretty happy, and we had A-grade crops. And now in this pathetic world, with these pathetic people, these Freemasons, these people like the World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, they've invented this green garbage, which is lies, nothing but lies. To save the planet. Now this planet was here a long time before us, and it'll be here a long time after us. Mother Nature has a way of eradicating cancers of the surface of its planet. And all the research I've done, I know for a fact, especially coming from Georgia Guidestones, and if you read up what Freemasonry is, they want to cull the population of the earth to just 1/3 of what it is already. You believe what you want, and I don't really give a shit. But I know that me and my family have been stocking food for the last 12 months, and I suggest you do the same. Food and water. Things like flour, so you can make bread, sugar, yeast, canned food with long expiry dates, because they're going to put us through a starvation period. The stock market's going to crash. Take your money out of the bank, people. Don't leave it in there. Every man has to make his own choice. You choose to act now, given all the warning signs you've been given, or do nothing about it, call me conspiracy theorist and all the other words, derogatory words that they like to use, and you can starve. There's no skin off my nose. If I have an opportunity to play a farming game and let you people know what the hell's really going on in this world, then I'm going to do it. And I don't care what YouTube algorithms say. I don't care what they have to say about anything. I don't care what our politicians say. All I know and can see is what the facts are, and what they've been doing slowly over the last 20 years especially. Slowly implementing, slowly leading us towards where we are, and social engineering people to be extremely obedient. Everyone's online, and online comes the loss of freedom of speech, because platforms like YouTube and all the other ones don't allow you to speak freely. And now they've brought in this false information where they just shut everyone down that speaks the truth, and that's how they get around it. The best thing everyone can do is get offline, smash your phones, go back to analog, don't use the internet, don't use it for 12 months. If the whole world did that, these people would have no power left. But the problem with the internet is that all these people have their TikToks and all their self-gratification, self-importance, me, arrogancy, and they're addicted to it. And they've been socially engineered to be that way. All these big platforms that talk about things that I do, and they never get strikes or they never get shut down or get bans, you know that they're paid opposition. No matter how convincing they are, they're making millions of dollars each year on their videos. Alex Jones alone is making something like $70 million a year. I've heard figures of up to $360 million. But he once used to be a truther. He once used to tell people what was going on, informed everyone of Bohemia Grove. He informed everyone of the Bilderbergs, of the Rothschilds. He informed everyone of what was going on with the financial system and how the central banks around all the world are run by one elite family, and any country in the world that didn't abide by the petrodollar and use central banking, they were invaded, i.e. the entire Middle East. Gaddafi, all of them, all killed and executed because they wouldn't abide by the petrodollar. And these Rothschilds have funded both sides of every war since the days back in the Napoleon War, and they make trillions of dollars doing it. War, the industrial complex, make trillions of dollars out of war, which is why America has never stopped being in a war for 200 years. They've been in every conflict involved. It's nothing against American people, it's the government. Trump is as bad as Biden. They're owned and they all are in the same club. All of them. All our politicians don't make it to the political scene unless they've already sold themselves out. You don't even get into a party unless you've sold yourself out. You can't trust any of them, not one damn one of them. The world needs a root movement, a grassroots movement, where it's the people who ignore every law, every bill that this government tries to impose on everyone. And that's the only way we're going to do it. It's a big spiritual war on. And we are losing. This world will be cold. If you look up the Georgia Guidestones, which they destroyed only a month ago, you can still see videos of it. You'll get videos that say it's a conspiracy theory thing, but that's what Freemasonry is. It's all about Freemason. They worship the Lord of the Light, which is not God or Jesus or Allah or any other religion. The Lord of the Light is Satan, and they're Satanists, and that's what all these cults are. They're all Satanists. Jesuits, the whole lot. They're all part of it. They're all run, owned and controlled by used to be known as Illuminati, but they come back from the Knights of the Round Table. Anyway, you people either do some research and don't just do an easy Google search. Go into it. Find out what's really going on in your world. None of it's nice. None of it. I suggest you people stock up on food and water and do it while you can. All the food you're buying in the grocery stores now are from last year's harvest and the year before. There's barely any harvest this season, not enough to feed the population. If you look at what's happening in the Netherlands and Canada's farming now, and Italy, the second and third most exported products in the world. We'll see where this is all heading. Anyway, back to farming. Had my little say. People do as you want. You're adults, make your own decisions, and you live by them. We're on the last quarter of this field. Boy, oh boy, it's a monstrous sized field. Yeah, we're not going down there, not a chance. That there will just flip us over and we'll never get it upright. Sure have made a massive amount of crop. Now, in the way of prices, I'll wait till I'm dumping it out. We'll have a quick look at the price. Being February, I guess we'll have to wait till around December to sell the crop. That's when it'll be its highest. I'm guessing November, December. Ruining my equipment that there. I guess the silo's going to have to go. Alright, we'll go and have a look at the prices. Being the first year, it won't have an exact figure. Now we'll look at barley. It's not selling for anything, and we don't have a 12-year. July, June, July. That's not too bad, I guess. How about wheat? The same. We don't have an actual figure because it's still the first year, so I'm sure the prices could double from 240. I'm sure we should at least get about 360. I'm sure of it. Where's our baler? Down there. Got the trailer off. Continue baling. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 7 rows behind now. We sure do got our work cut out for us. Let's get cracking. Well, here we go. Dog's needing some more attention. Just woke up. I don't give him attention, he barks at me, just like that. He's starting to. He's got a kennel cough right now, so when he tries to bark, he sounds the way he does. Medication doesn't seem to be working. He's an old dog. He'll be 14 in September, October, November. In 2 months. We're at the end of September, so in about 4 weeks he will be 14. He's been a good dog. Had a lot of fun, memorable times with him. But his life's not over yet. I'm not going to Freemason his ass and let him die naturally. Or if he gets too sick or something that he's miserable. then I'll help him on his way, but it's something I don't really want to think about. I have a thing called empathy for all living animals and creatures. I couldn't really give a shit about other human beings, to be honest. I just find society now is a very selfish, self-centered, egotistical bunch. Very, very self-centered, me attitude. Couldn't care less about anyone else. Sociopathic to a point. I have empathy for humans, but I don't really care about them. I don't like my own species. I haven't done for 20 years. God, he's already full. Thanks, mate. Well done. Yeah, you just knocked that one flying, didn't you? Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. So we better go and swap trailers around. He's down there now, so let's drop that off and get cracking. I'll get the speed limit set to 10 already. He may not stop actually. I might be able to just catch him before he's completely full, although it's looking a bit dicey. Oh, yeah, I thought so. That last 20% sure came around quick. Don't hit the field. Alright, get going, son. Go on, get moving. Wait till he's completely empty. Righto. I'll continue on with my baling then. Gonna make some good money here. Oh my god, there's a lot of bales. Oh my god. More bales than what I could ever use. I'll have a look at the bale prices too. And off we go. Now I'll try and get this in a straight line before I look at the bale prices. Does it not have bales? Oh my god. This map has got everything on it, every production chain you could think of. Doesn't actually have bales. It's got grass and straw, everything in July, so yeah, no bales. Alright. I guess we'll find out. I get a feeling it's going to tell me to sell some bales. I think our bale limit will be pretty damn close to full. Bale limit's 300. I think it's 300, yeah, 300. It's truth. We got lot of bales, man. We got a lot of bales. Got an incredible amount of bales. Harvesters up there coming down. Not too far from finishing this field. It's been a long episode, I know, but well, it's all been worth it. It's a lot of work put in. And financially, we're going to benefit from it. This is a monstrous field. Absolutely huge. It's a map which would be really good for a multiplayer. I think I will turn this into a multiplayer once I fix the farm up and that driveway. I can't handle it the way it is. I want to fix that up. I've found no bugs or glitches on the map so far. I haven't even seen DJ's review of it. I usually just follow DJ. I used to follow a few other guys, but I don't anymore. Just for reasons of my own. Jesus Christ. Turn around. We'll probably get 3/4 down. We'll drop the baler, we'll unload him, and we'll have to chuck that in the bin. It should fill up the trailer for the most part. I can't remember the last time I've seen so many bales. My God, there's a lot of bales. If I kept all these, which I won't be able to because I won't have any room left for hay bales and silage bales, so this field I can actually cut into 2 or into 3, have the cattle on 1/3 and have grass and then another crop at the end of it. That's how big this field is. It is just ginormous. You will make millions of dollars on this map in no time. So there's really no need to cheat money in on this map. It's, if you enjoy the game, if you enjoy farming, yeah. It seems to have stopped. Has he stopped? He's on the move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's up to the 6th row. We'll cut it back to 5 here. Nice day outside. It's a beautiful day to have a beer. Sorry neighbour, but I have to cut into your land. And because I don't own that field, oh my dear Lord. Let's go get the trailer. Must have been a higher yield that last row there, so it filled it up so quickly. Really high yield row. Textures look good. The paint palette, what have we got here? Painting, okay, all the standards, yes. Okay, well at least we got enough to give it some variance. Probably not as big as colour palette as I would like. Nonetheless, it's got everything there that's needed. And I can't wait to start fixing this farm up, put my own little touch on it and fix that driveway. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Fixing that driveway. I can't handle it the way it is. No offence to Farmer Bob, the author. I think he's done a pretty damn good job. It's just me being a perfectionist, and I guess after doing No Man's Land for so long, I'm kind of used to building a map a certain way, certain textures, certain colours, and a certain kind of theme. It's just how I roll. It's what I do. I'd like to actually make a map for Giants. I would, well, not for Giants, but for the players. But I've never used the program. All the maps I build is purely what I can do on console. So I don't really know what's involved too much. I have watched a little bit of 82 Studios. I've watched a bit of Missy B when she was creating her map, and watched them do it live, and it looks kind of complex. So I'm never too hard on map authors, because I can see how much work goes into it, and it's not as easy and standard as it is for me when I create maps and just use the in-game with whatever I can do in game. So I've been complimented that what I do is pretty good for being on console, but I'd like to have a crack at it on building maps using the Giant software. And I don't know, I've got a good imagination for these things. I've been on farms all my life. I've seen many different farms. I've done everything from dairy farming to fruit picking, and I've seen a lot of different farm layouts. I've seen some real professional big farms. I've seen some smaller farms that were a little bit dodgy. Not bad dodgy, but just a little bit kind of how's it going, I suppose you could say. But they're farmers nonetheless, and us people owe farmers everything. We owe them everything. Without them, this world would have collapsed many years ago. So we're all heavily indebted to farmers, and we should all appreciate everything that they do. Every morning they get up 7 days a week. They do very long days. 12 hours is an early day for guys. Come harvest, they work over 20 hours a day. They work longer than sun up to sundown. They work longer than 9 to 5. Their whole life is farming. So the only time they're not working is when they're in their bed or eating dinner at night. Every other minute, every aspect of their life is farming, and all about their crop, their animals, their livestock, their farm. and their financial status and where they sit. It's a lifestyle. It's not a job, and it's a hard lifestyle. But the only farmers that are untouched at the moment are the Amish farmers. They don't use fertilisers or anything like that. And they have short communities, smallish communities, and they're completely and utterly self-sustainable. But governments are going in now, using police, trying to shut them down, take their equipment, because they're not abiding by, I don't know what laws or rules they're supposed to be abiding by, because they don't use fertilisers or limes. Completely 100% natural, organic. And the fertilisers they use are from the leftover stubs from their previous crops, which causes no global warming or global change or anything at all. It's that they don't adhere to the laws and orders of a tyrannical government system. People in the West think we live under a democracy in a free world. You're actually absolutely kidding yourself. We've been living under a totalitarian regime for many decades already. It's because it hasn't been shoved in your face. You look at all the laws that have been changed over the past 20 years. Freedom comes at a cost. It comes at a cost of high lives. Many lives are lost through the fight for freedom. In today's society, no one cares about anyone. Nobody gives a rat's ass about anybody else. And that's why I don't like my own species. Full on selfish, self-centered, egotistical, self-important. And I can't stand it. Don't hate them for it. They've been socially engineered to be that way. But it doesn't mean I have to like it either. Or accept it. This is going to completely fill us up. I think there'll still be some grain left in the hopper after we're done here. Completely full. Guys running at 40%. Now you get down the end, turn around, we'll have to come straight back and empty him again. Nice combine. I used to be a real case man because FS19, as much as I love John Deere, FS19, the slot counts for John Deere equipment was so high that I could get more equipment that I needed to run the farm, my farm. I could get more equipment with the slot counts than using John Deere equipment, just because the slot count was so extremely high. Some in FS19, some John Deere tractors, the 7 and 8 series especially, were around the 42 slot count. seeders, planters, ploughs, cultivators, they were all immensely huge on slots, and on console you're limited to a slot count, whereas guys on PC, they have no limit. They just have whatever power their PC can handle. And I'd sure like to play this on PC. I think that'd be pretty cool. Man, we've got a lot of grain. I'm going to estimate 180,000 litres. That's what I'm going to estimate by the end of this harvest. 180,000 litres, and it's going for 230. So it'll give us around 360,000. And that's selling it at low price. February, March, April, May, June. So if we wait 6 months in game, we'll probably double that, more than likely. So this one field alone, that's what I mean. You don't have to cheat money in. You're going to earn a ton of money on this map if you're prepared to put the work in. And this whole stream has just been this one field. It is absolutely monstrous. It is perhaps the biggest field I've ever played on. I say that sparingly. It actually is the largest field I've ever played on. Length and width. It's massive. The edges of the map look fairly good. They're not crystal sharp, but they're pretty good. Pretty good. Textures are good, colours good. Value of the map for gameplay, awesome. And I haven't found any bugs or glitches as yet. Back over to our baler. Go up to 17. Little JCB goes pretty good. Pickup was down, and off we go again. We sure do have a lot of bales. I get the feeling before I get too much further it's going to tell me we're at bale capacity. Looking around the field you can see why. My lord, this is a day's work just picking the bales up. So I won't be doing that this stream. I will finish this field off because I'm thirsty for a beer. And I'll come back live after about an hour's break or so. Finished his task. Are you kidding me? That's just utter laziness right there. So I guess I'm going to have to complete the rest. And I guess I'll just keep bailing. So power lines run through one of our fields. Let's just quickly do a save. And we're looking at July for sales, so they're our fields and the power lines run through this field, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. Be a lot of physical hands-on instead of letting the AI do it all. We're going to have to do a fair bit ourselves, which I don't mind at all. No problem. Oh, that'd be right. Oh, he's waiting to empty. Okay. He didn't actually finish the task, as the game said. He's just full. Now, this side of the field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows is the longest. As you can see down there, the field cuts back in on itself from about 2 bale widths across. So that second bale over there, that's near the exhaust stack. From about there across to here is the longest part of the field. The moment you look away, the tractor goes offline. That's Giant's programming for you. Now I'm in a dead straight line. Let's just get it perfect, and I'll show you. We're running right down the centre, we're not drifting left, we're not drifting right, we're perfectly straight. Let's look away, zoom out a bit, have a little look around at all those bales. My God, there's a lot of bales. We'll zoom back in now. And now we're drifting over to the left. I haven't even touched the controller yet, so the game does it if you don't constantly keep an eye on it. In FS19, I used to be able to set the baler straight on the grid line, and I used to be able to get angles like this. Watch the baler come and the combine run up the other side, and kind of give like a nice visual effect. But if you do that now, it'll just run offline. You'll end up in the middle between baling between 2 swaths. I'll turn around and head up the other side, and then we'll grab the grain trailer. I didn't want to spend 45 minutes just baling with nothing else to do, so I'm just trying to spread the time out. It's not my field, so I don't care. I should do. It's not what I'd do in real life, but I kind of just want to get this done. I want to get up the road. I am real thirsty for a beer. It's a nice warm day where I live. I live in Western Australia, where the map is. I don't live where the map is. The map's about 300 kilometres from me. It's from what I can gather, the map is in, and I did name the map after the area. I looked up a little bit. Kayla Ranch. So if you look up Kayla Ranch, Western Australia on Google Maps, you'll see roughly where the map is based on. It could even be a bit further up north, but looking around at some of the map, the way it's set, it looked like to me Kayla. For all I know, he could have just made a map of whatever himself, Farmer Bob, and just called it Western Australia. That could be the case too, and I could be totally wrong, but from what I can see, the layout looks like Kayla Farm. We call them homesteads instead of ranches. Ranch is an American term. That'll do us there. I'll go and empty the hopper. And 43%, we should be okay. And we may have to take over from this fella. Probably do that last headland ourselves. Well, it wasn't even a full bin. The worker just said, "Nah, not doing it." Bit worried about the traffic here. Try and get the header back off the road. I'm over the fog line now, so we should be okay. Going to hit that sign. Back the other way. The worker may take it over. I'm not too sure. Probably end up having problems fairly soon. When I get the outside, what are you stopping for, stupid? Not on the road. So I'll let the worker go when the right hand side of our header there gets back in line. Oh, keep driving, you moron. No, you're not going to do it. I'll have to do this myself, I guess. Like I said, I never claimed to be a good combine operator. Alright, he's up and going. I'm going to put the Massey back. I'm going to reset the Massey to the shop. And we're going to buy a bale trailer. Whatever debt is left, I'll be sure to pay that immediately back. And We don't have one that's up for grabs. Will I use this instead of auto loading? It's going to take some time. Jesus, mate. Both 28 bales. So I'll hold 28 for 16,000. That's cheap. And these are the ones that I really want to use. That'll hold 14. And that also holds, well, that holds 24. I think we'll go with that one. Bit more realistic. Some nice grass tyres, probably Trellis. Yeah, that's it. Knock everything over, mate. Well done. Give yourself an uppercut. Type 2. Actually, I was going to put livestock, but we're not going to do livestock. We're going to do just dairy. No, we're going to do cattle. That covers dairy. Cattleman. This will be back only. We will give it, because red stands out. Alrighty, so that's all set. Look, you know what, I can fault the map, and that is facing the equipment the way it is. That is just stupid. Sorry there, Farmer Bob, but that's stupid. That makes no sense to do that. And a lot of map authors do the same thing. Dog screaming for attention. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna go and get a couple of quiet beers. I'll come back in about an hour. Check out the map, it's cool. Hope you enjoy. Talk to you all later.